Whether you just started your business or you're a seasoned detailer running a business, we're all gonna make mistakes. The best thing that you can do, learn from it, adjust, improve, and keep on moving forward. Whether you're trying to make your first 1,000 or you're running a business with multiple employees, making mistakes is inevitable. So in this video, we're gonna cover some mistakes that pro detailers are making. And when I say pro detailers, I mean if you charge money for your services, you're professional. Point blank. It's not about the skill level. It's not about the tools and products. If you charge for your services, you should consider yourself a professional. By the way, I am rocking the Detailers Club tee. And if you want to check out the Detailers Department t-shirt or the other tools and the other products that we carry for the Proper Care product line, like the All-Purpose Cleaner, the plastic and rubber dressing, the glass cleaner in both gallon and 16 ounce, you can click the link down below to check them out. But let's go ahead and get started with the first point. And that's going to be, you are hired for the results that the customer wants, right? The customer is paying you to deliver results. That's it. They're not worried about what tools and products you're using or what brand you're using or how much you paid for whatever you're using. So right now we have a BMW in the shop getting a correction, no coating, because the customer is prepping it for sale. And with that vehicle, the customer wants what? The swirls and scratches removed, right? And they want shinier, glossier paint. So to the customer, does it matter if we're using an $80 Harbor Freight polisher or a $400 Rupes polisher? No, because what does the customer want? The customer wants glossy paint, shiny paint. He wants the paint to be better because he's going to sell it. He's not worried if it's the new Mark IV polisher or if we whatever. Like, the customer is paying us for the result. So for you in your business, if you're just getting started or you're trying to introduce new services, it's hard to do it sometimes because it's fun to look at the products and the brands and buy the newest thing. But if you can purchase something that helps you deliver the results, it might not be the best, not the most expensive, not the newest, but it gets the job done, that's all you need, right? To the customer, the tools and products don't matter. To you as a detailer, they do matter, right? Because you want to have the best or you like this particular brand, whatever the case may be. But the customer just wants results. Right? They don't know what extractor you're using. They don't know what air compressor you're using. They don't know what pads you're using. They don't know what compound and polisher you're using. They just want the end result. So focus on delivering that. Maybe once in a blue moon, you'll have a customer that's like, hey, so are you going to do a foam wash? Or, hey, I don't want you to do a rinseless wash. Like, yeah, sure. There's definitely customers out there that might request something specific based on their experience or but that's far and few between. Focus on the results you're delivering, and that's it. The next point is the customer experience matters more than your detailing. Now, before you start get inflamed and you say, oh, what, you're supposed to be a hack, what, you're not delivering the best results, stop it. The baseline for your business should always be delivered the best results that you can, right? That's the baseline, like Captain Obvious, right? Like, of course, you need to deliver the best results that you possibly can. Like, that should not be said. That's the bare minimum. But on top of that, if you're delivering a 10-10 service, right, as far as the results and your skills, the customer experience needs to be a 15 out of 15, a 20 out of 20. Meaning, yes, of course, like, you're delivering the best results you can. But how did you make the customer feel, right? How did the customer experience your business? And how was the entire journey from the first time they called you to when they gave you the credit card to make payment? How was that entire journey, right? Because look, and you just think about in the past, you've gone to businesses, restaurants, establishments where, let's say it wasn't the best product or the best food or the best, it wasn't like, oh my God, this is the best whatever I've ever had. But the staff was very nice. The area was very clean. Like, you felt very comfortable and confident being there. You knew like they're gonna take care of you, right? And you've gone to other places where, you can say, quote unquote, it's the best you've had, or it's the best this, it's the best that, but the staff were really rude. The area wasn't really cleaned up. Like, I had to look around to get some help by someone, right? So the experience is how the customer feels when they're interacting with your business, when they're talking to you. That matters a lot more, because if you relate it to detailing, You can deliver, let's say, subpar results, right? But if the customer is very confident and comfortable with your business, that you made them feel appreciated, you made them feel like they're actually being heard, that you're actually there to take care of their needs, that goes a lot further than being the best detailer. But man, the way you communicate was sucks, that you don't respond very fast, that you kind of give them very dry answers, and the customer's like, what's up with this guy? Like, well, why is he talking to me like that? Versus on the other side, if the customer's like, wow, like this person's very attentive, they're very responsive, like, man, like they're on top of the ball, like I've never had a business like this before. Completely different outcomes, right? So yes, detailing matters, of course, baseline, yes. But more so than that is make sure the customer has one of the best experiences they've ever had with any business. Now that's a different conversation you need to have, other than just saying, I want to be the best detailer. By the way, a quick note from our sponsor, Jobber. So when we're either booking jobs for our shop, whether it's a mobile detailing job, whether it's vinyl wrapping, paint correction, or whatever the case may be, is we use Jobber to run our entire operations. We've been using Jobber now for the last 4.5 years. Whether we're in the job sites and on our phone, whether we're booking in a customer in our office, Jobber basically runs our entire operations. We use it to book in customers in our schedule, keep track of the customer's information. Employees clock in and out. We send automated appointment reminders. I mean, basically, our entire business runs off of Jobber. If you want to get a free 14-day trial plus a special discount, click the link down below to give it a try. The next point is your prices are cheap, expensive, and affordable at the same time. Now, if we're charging a customer $800 for a detail, is that expensive? Well, it depends who you ask, right? If you ask someone that has a $1,200 budget, $800 is affordable. If that person has a $3,000 budget, they'll look at $800 and say, that's kind of cheap. If you ask someone that has a $150 budget, if a $200 detail is too much, they're gonna be like, yeah, that's way too expensive, right? So budget or your price is relative based on the person that you're asking, right? Someone that has a high budget can afford a lot more. Someone that has a low budget can't afford that much, right? It's just the way it works. Now, that's not the only thing though, because you can have someone that has a high budget or has the money for it, right? Does that mean they're gonna spend top dollar on detailing services? Of course not. Like, it is a big myth that, if they have a Porsche, a Ferrari, a Lamborghini, or whatever the case may be, of course they're gonna spend $1,000 on a detail, right? Absolutely not. Because it's not so much about the vehicle, it's about how that person values their vehicle, right? Everyone has passed by a local car wash that charges $10, $15, $30 for a car wash or a detail. You see Porsches, Lambos, right? Like, you see them there because why? They don't maybe want to spend that much money on a detailing services. They don't really care about getting it properly detailed, right? It's just the way it goes. And on that same notion is that you have someone that has a Toyota Camry, that has a Range Rover, that has a F-150, and they're like, oh no, man, I want to make sure my vehicle is properly detailed and taken care of. And they'll spend a top dollar on services. So step away from the notion of like, Lamborghini, yeah, they're definitely going to go for a high-end service, right? That's not the way it works. Because then you have to look at, does the person value their vehicle? Does the person value my services? And does the person have the budget? If you check off those three check boxes, growing your business is significantly easier because the customer values their own vehicle, meaning, hey, I want to make sure I take care of my vehicle properly. 2 is I want to pay and find a reputable detailer to do it for me. And 3 is I have the budget to pay premium dollars for a premium service. Whereas on the other side, it's saying, I don't really care for my car like that. I don't really care about professional services. I just want a quick car wash and I don't have the budget. Like, which one do you think is going to be easier to grow your business? So your price is important, but even more so than that, it's the type of customers you attract into your business, right? If you attract the ones that don't value their vehicle, don't value your services, and don't have the budget, good luck growing your business. If you attract the customers that value their vehicle, value your services, and have the budget, the sky's the limit for you. Now, everyone is at fault of this mistake, and that's buy the tools and products that you need for right now, not in the future. And especially if you're just getting started, you're gonna have all these scenarios in your head of like, oh, but maybe I do need that extra thing, and maybe I should purchase that extra thing, and it would be helpful if I do get that other thing, because what if a customer comes to me with this request and I don't have this, so I'll need that. You play all these scenarios in your head about what you think you might need or won't need, and you just end up buying a lot more. And what happens is a few $100s, a couple $1,000 just ends up sitting in your garage, collecting dust, not doing anything, right? You're tying up money in these products that just didn't end up doing anything for you. And yes, it's hard sometimes because maybe there's a deal on Amazon, or you're just browsing around some website and you're like, oh man, it's so cool to have these things. Like, I totally get it. But especially if you're on a budget, which most of us are, it's like really focusing on purchasing what you need right now to get the job done, to just move to the next phase in your business, right? Like, if you're starting off and all you can do is a basic car wash and a basic interior cleaning, okay, buy the specific tools and product that you need for those services, go make money, and then you can upgrade over time. But don't say, oh, well, eventually I want to offer some polishing, some corrections, some whatever, and like you just end up buying some random things for some time in the future. And it's like, yeah, maybe in 8 months you might need it, but purchase it in 8 months. Like, why must you buy it right now? And again, trust me, we're all at fault about this, because everyone just wants nice tools and products. But it's you have to have the discipline to say, I'll purchase what I need right now, and I'll purchase what I'll need in the future when that time comes. And the last point, which watch my last YouTube video to get a more deeper dive on this, is if you want to actually make money in your business, you want to grow your business, you want to quit your job or get a van or fuel your lifestyle or whatever it is, right? You have to focus on the business and marketing side of things. Right? Again, watch my last video to get more info on this one. But look, we all want to be in the garage working, polishing cars, cleaning interiors, going to job sites, right? We all want that. But we don't get that if we're not focused on the business and marketing, right? Because that's still just one side. You still have the finances, right? If you're going to hire, that's something else. Customer experience, like there's a lot of things to focus on. But one of those pillars is going to be your business and marketing. And if you're not marketing your services, how is anyone going to know that you exist? Who's going to give you money? Who's going to actually call you for your services if you don't know how to put your business in front of the right people? So yes, like polishing cars is fun. Yes, cleaning interiors, yes. Like it's all great and dandy. Like it's fantastic. But so many of us lack the skill and the knowledge and the know-how to actually do that, to put our business in a position to succeed. So again, watch the last video, but then lastly, like focus on your marketing. Like become a master of detailing, but also become a master of marketing. Become a master of running your business. You can't just be hyper focused on like, oh, I know everything that there is to know about polishing paint and wet sanding and rotary and cleaning an interior. Like that's fantastic. Trust me, there's a place for that. But there's also a place to become a master of marketing, to understand everything you need to know to push and pull the levers to grow your business. This is where a lot of detailers mess up, is on the marketing, on getting strangers to hand over their money for your services. That's the hardest part. But I'll end the video right there. If you have any specific mistakes you think people should know about, leave it in the comment section down below. Again, if you want to get a Detailers Club tee, the Detailers Department tee, or check out any of the products we have, you can click the link down below or go to propercareusa.com. Thank you very much, and I'll talk to you on the next one.